Right, welcome back to another episode of Ear Candy with myself, Danny and Cruicky.
What's happening, troops?
What's happening? You all good?
Mate, I'm very well. How's you?
Very, very good, aye. Very, very well.
Well, you're probably wondering here, guys, where there's a wee calling the caterpillar.
Waiting for this.
With fun him. So, it's actually Danny Boy's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
31.
Fucking old cunt, man.
Hairline says otherwise. Like, you would think I was
I
about
didn't even
40,
start,
man.
mate. I'm there with you, man. I'm there with you. That's the way I hide it with a heart. But aye. Is everybody singing happy birthday? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Right.
That lasted long.
I thought everyone was going to
Yeah,
join
I thought
in.
everybody was going to join me.
You just made him look like a mug.
mug.
You just made him look like a mug.
Not at all, man. Not
Right,
at all. Well, who did we make look like a mug? Did the rendition of happy birthday for you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. There you go. Kind of
There you
have
go. So
many folks saying I've had an actual musician
Sing happy
singing
birthday
happy
on our
birthday.
podcast.
So
I'll take it that way. I'll take it that way. Obviously, there can't be an episode of Ear Candy without some musical talent. And today, I'd like to welcome Mindset in the building.
What's happening, my man?
Thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate this.
It's all right.
Not a problem, bro.
Anytime.
So, do you prefer to be called Mindset?
Aye. So I go by Mindset. But my sort of handle is the Underworld God. Everybody says when I'm on stage I've got a demonic presence about me, so it's just like one of them. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm screaming and that, I go like deep. So everybody's like, oh, like demonic as fuck. So I'm like, Underworld is it?
Underworld God. I love that.
So
That's why I was a bit confused when we were getting you booked
about
in.
ADs here?
I had to ask, like, what is your actual stage name?
Aye,
So
aye.
they could just call you the what did you say? The what?
Underworld God.
Underworld God. But your real stage name is Mindset.
Aye,
Right,
Mindset.
okay. So we'll go with that. We'll go with Mindset.
Sorted.
Oh, Mindset.
Cool name. So how did you like get your start in music? Made you go down the musical path?
Well, basically, when I was a teenager, I got heavily bullied, and my nana was the person I went to like sort of vent all my emotions and stuff. And she passed away, so I had nobody to talk to. I mean, I had my mum and my sisters and that, but I felt like I couldn't talk to them. So
You lost your best pal.
so I was
Sorry,
like, fuck it, we'll just go with music. It is what it is. So I use music as a way to vent my emotions. Hence why I've got the 23 on my neck, and the 23 in my music name is the one of my nana. It was her door number, so it's just one of them, isn't it?
No, absolutely. It's a
cool
cool way
how
of
you get it,
honour.
'cause I see it on your sleeve, man.
It's
On your jacket.
23 on
It's dope as fuck,
jacket
man.
and that.
It's dope as fuck, man. That's quite a emotional story. So, like, music was your escape to it all.
It basically was. Like I felt like, I mean, I didn't know what depression was at that age, but like I sort of understood it, and I knew I had depression, but it wasn't a case of I was depressed and I went to the doctors to like seek help in that. It was just, I was like, I don't know what to do. I've got these thoughts going around my head, and I didn't know how to sort of like get through that. So I was like, we'll try music out and we'll see how that goes. And it worked out pretty well for me. I mean, I guess it worked out pretty well for me. It's still strange to me, but I had everybody in high school. I'd left high school at 16, started working, and around that time I started making music, and everybody in the common room was making fun of me, taking the piss, saying I wouldn't
You
Mm-hmm.
do
were
shit.
laughing now,
They were playing music and that, and I wasn't there to defend myself. And I had people that were in there that I was still friends with telling me, and it wasn't nice, but I still got through it.
So what kept you going through that? Because that could be like people saying you're going to be shitting on artists.
Aye, no, to be fair, it was them. It was like, it was sort of a push to be like, well, fuck yous, I'm going to do what I do, I'm going to be me regardless.
love that.
You know what I mean?
Love that.
No, that's cool.
I'll
That's
fucking
like,
prove you wrong, mate.
Right.
You know what I
see,
mean?
one of my favourite bands growing up was Korn, and like their
Fucking love Korn.
their
I love
first album was pretty much about that. It was them all about like getting bullied in school and then just venting and just going off on one. And it is like you're saying now, look who's laughing now. Like, you know what I mean? You can take piss out of me all you want, but look who made it.
We were, there was a couple of me and my mates were in Grand Central, which is a club in Livingston.
Right.
And a couple of the people came up to me and they were like, oh, I seen your song hit 21,000 streams on Spotify. Like, you're going to make out of Livy. And I was like, it's because of yous I'm going to make out of Livy. You know what I mean? I'm because of yous, you're giving me that drive to keep going.
Aye.
So don't come up to me and try to be pally with me, because it's because of yous I'm doing this shit.
It's because of the way you treated them.
Exactly.
So they actually try to suck up your arse now.
Aye. Aye.
How'd you take
it's
that?
weird. I told them to fuck off. Just straight up, I was like,
Yes.
get the fuck, man.
No, too right.
I don't fuck with that. I've got my like small circle, and I keep it small because people could be fucking like pally to your face, but then say shit behind your back. So it's good to keep a small circle because you can be your friends, but they're not your true friends.
Aye, do you think people try to suck up your ass now for a bit of clout?
Aye.
Yeah,
No, I mean, no really clout. It's just more a case of like they see me doing good in life and they want to be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Because they can't do it.
They want to say that, I'm pals with him, but
Aye.
they don't want to say I'm bullied them and made them feel like crap in high school.
Exactly.
That's
They
it.
don't want to admit to what they've done to me, but they'll try and like praise me and be with me when I'm doing good, which is quite strange to me. It's fake. It's fake people.
I had that years ago. I was in a club called Opium in Edinburgh, and it's like having a drink and not having a good time. And then the next thing you know, this boy comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, you remember me? How you doing, pal?" And that. And he used to like bully me when I was in school, eh? I was just like, who the hell are you? Like, what makes you think I'm wanting to talk to you? Not that I'm holding any bad feelings. I just like looked him up and down and realised I'm a bit further in life than what you are just by fucking looking at him. I was like, nah, get away from me. Like,
they always see you doing good and they want to be a part of it. But then when you're up and you're doing good, there's no point in having them around your life because they're just going to bring you right back down to where you were.
spot on, man.
Fucking vampires, aren't they? Emotional vampires, man.
Drink up everything you've got.
See what you were saying there? Like, I heard you get 21,000 views and shit like that. You're doing a lot better than that now, aren't you?
Aye. So me and my producer, shout out to him, Superman on the beat.
We've got him coming in here. Is this Sanjeev? Eh?
Sanjeev,
Aye,
so shout out to him. We released 2 songs last year called Blood Tears and Ashes, and they both hit 10,000 views within 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe max, on Spotify. So shit was going fucking crazy. And then last year we hit 2 top 100 songs for the best songs in Scotland on the Herald, which is crazy to me. I mean, we hit 75th and 22nd, which is fucking mental.
22nd's and good.
Aye, you're no kidding.
You're like, I wish you were
mate,
23. When you had to be that one, did you?
I was gassed though, because I was like, 75th is fuck, because we seen 75th and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I knew we done well, but I was like, what the fuck, man? But then we hit 22nd and I couldn't believe it. Like, it's all so strange to me, you know what I mean? Because I'm just this wee golf making music for Livy. I'm just expressing my emotions for like my music and.
But that's good, but that's obviously shown in your music because since you've come in here, like, first thing I said, you're fucking humble as fuck, man. I love that. And you can tell what you're talking about that there. That's surreal to me, man.
I'd rather be real with my stuff and people feel emotions, feel what I'm feeling going through. If somebody can relate to me and can feel the emotion going through them, then good. Like, that's my aim. I would rather be like that than be like, oh, fuck mad bitches and pop people around the corner and that, you know what I mean? It's a lot of bullshit. I'd rather somebody feel me for me instead of just feel me for like a fake character. You know
No, I get that. I totally get that. You see when you're talking about pop bitches around the corner, your genre's kind of different because you're rocky. I'm versatile as fuck, so I can sing, rap and scream. Aye,
so
but I mean you're very different. You're acting.
There's no many artists in
I
Scotland.
don't mean you're acting, but you know what I mean. Like your stage presence is very different for your standard rock band, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like who is it you go on stage with?
It was me and my DJ Blackjack. Shout out to Blackjack as well.
Shout out to Blackjack, man.
He's my best mate, so I appreciate him.
But it's quite unusual for a rocker just to be on with a DJ.
So I mean, he was so. It's actually a funny story. So the first time me and him actually done a gig together, it was meant to be me and one of my other mates called Jam, and we were at his house and we were trying to get all the fundamentals done because we were doing a gig at the Regal Theatre in Bathgate. We were opening the main stage for a festival, so it was meant to be like a big gig. And he was like, "Oh, I can't, like, everything's no downloading on my computer. I can't do it and that." And then he came in and he was like, "I can do it. Fuck it." So I was like, "Okay, cool, send. We'll go with it." And then we went on stage, and it just ever since then it's worked. I mean, he done a lot of clubs, so his main things like EDM, like trance and that. So he's not really into this type of music. So it was quite strange for him at the start, but now it's like a natural to him.
He's well into it now.
He gets proper into it. Loves it. Like, I see him when I'm on stage and I look around and I see him singing my songs and that. I'm like,
aye.
You know what I mean?
Does it make it easier knowing that you've got that behind you?
Aye, no, it does. It definitely does. That's what I'm saying. He does just as much work as I do. So I'm up front singing and that and screaming and rapping, but without him, the tracks wouldn't be playing. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be going as smooth as it's going. So it's
good that he's fun that, but in the way you fun it.
Aye. Cool. I see. To be fair, if I knew he was a DJ for the start, I probably would have went for him. But I didn't know. You know what I mean?
Didn't know until he stepped up and said,
Aye.
yeah, they're at no bother for you.
Aye.
Did you have any experience before you set up your mindset gig? Like, did you ever play with any other bands? Just for you saying you're versatile and your vocal range and that.
So I'd be making the whole reason I started music obviously was because I was depressed and that, and I was making music on a shitty old laptop. Like I had to go faster than the actual beat was going. That was that old with a snowball mic, and I'm like here like that singing. So going from that to like recording in studios and like playing, like I played at SWG3 last year. It was fucking amazing.
That must have been surreal,
You know
man.
what I mean? It leaps and bounds. It's still all like, weird to me. You know what I mean? And
it's experience, though.
It's a strange feeling being on stage and you hear people singing your songs back to you and like knowing the words and that.
How do you feel about that? Is it an emotional feeling?
It's definitely you get goosebumps really. You know what I mean? And see when you have people jumping about and that, it sort of like brings up the energy a wee bit as well for me. So like one of my best mates, Brian, shout out to Brian as well. Like he's always up the front jumping about like doing this to me to try and bring up the energy and that.
Is he?
You know what I mean? He's fucking unbelievable. You know what I mean? He's a great guy. So I appreciate him quite a lot.
You've got good support around you then, eh? Like folk that know the script.
That's what I'm saying. My circle's quite small, but it's a really good fucking circle, and they support me like with everything I do.
No, you need that in life.
Aye,
you need that.
100%. Even just at the music shit, but in life they help me quite a lot. So I really do appreciate them.
You need.
Aye.
Oh, no, that's good, man. It's good that you fund that and you front it through your music as well.
Aye.
Because it's obviously you said you get into this because you were depressed, so knowing it good has come out of it must make you feel 100.
It does. To be fair, again, it's still quite surreal to me, but we'll get there eventually. You know what I mean?
Turning a negative into a positive, eh?
Exactly. Aye.
What can I ask you? Like you've done SWG3, and obviously, what kind of crowds? Because your genre is so versatile, like your act is so versatile. What kind of crowds do you pull in?
Everything, to be fair, between like indie people, goths, like just the punks, normal people.
That
you know what
must
I mean?
be some
every
mosh
day.
pit.
Aye, it's quite weird. Like it's quite strange, but it's still cool as fuck. You know what I mean? Still really cool.
Oh, that's dynamite.
That was one thing I thought was mad when I gave you a listen to it. Was I'd never really heard anything like that at all. Like I thought it was like rappy from the videos I seen on your Instagram, but when I went onto your actual Spotify and was listening to tunes through that, it's like you do hear like the metal side of it. And when I'm listening to it, I'm thinking this guy's got a wide variety of musical taste. You can tell just from by listening to the music. Like, how do you manage to incorporate like your sort of favorite music into your own music? Because that's one thing when I was listening to it, I was like, how do you mix that into hip hop and being able to scream and sing all in the one bloody song?
You just go with the flow, you know what I mean? When you're in the studio, it's different. Like when you get there and you sit down, obviously Sanjeev's quite a big help with me. He sort of makes me feel comfortable. If you're in a studio with somebody that doesn't make you feel comfortable, it's quite awkward.
Sanjeev's a good guy.
He's a really, really good guy. He's sound, like so fucking sound.
Well
I appreciate
connected
him.
as well. Knows a lot of people involved.
But it's quite strange when you're in the studio recording because you can go from one thing to another rapidly. It just depends on the beat. It depends on the flow. So what I do is I work it down into the fundamentals and I break it down into smaller bits. So I'll work on the flow first and then I'll go with the lyrics. And then if the lyrics match up with the flow, we'll go with that. And then if it doesn't work, we'll go back out, fix it up, go back in again, run it back, see what it goes. Whatever version goes better, we'll go with that.
Do you write all the lyrics yourself?
Yeah. Everything that's on my Spotify and like on my SoundCloud and that is all written by me. So
that's fine. Do you have a collab with people or is it just
no, I've got songs with people from America, from Australia, from Holland. You know what I mean? It's like
that's mad because you have went your reaches went outside of Scotland.
I mean most of my plays come for, it's weird because most of my plays come from like Germany, Holland, Belgium, America, New Zealand. You know what I mean? It's weird places like UK. Last year for my like top 5 countries, UK was 5th.
Jeez.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
mad.
It's quite strange.
Well, how do you end up getting connected with these people then to like collaborate?
Just talk to people. One of the first people I actually made music with is called Kai for Moon. He's a massive artist in America. Well, it's massive, but he's really, really fucking big.
In the underground scene or in the
like underground scene, he's really fucking big. So I started making music with him, and sort of me and him back to back, couple tracks together, and that sort of gave me the energy to be like, well, okay, if I can do it and I can make songs with people from America, what's to say I can't make music with other people? You know what I mean? Like different countries and that. So I started reaching out to different people, and then it's just sort of like people I've worked with put me on to different people.
Aye, networking, you're passed on and you're passed on.
Aye.
Which is good, but because it's getting your name round in other countries as well.
Aye.
Which has obviously grew your Spotify and things like that, whatever it is. So what's country number 1?
Belgium.
Is it?
Aye.
It's a random one.
Hey, ain't it? It's weird. Again, it's like cities I've never even heard of that I'm getting played in. I'm like, where the fuck is this? And I'm looking it up. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, what's going on here? Why is it not like Livingston, Glasgow, Edinburgh, Dumfries? You know what I mean?
That's
All
what I
these
was going to
places.
say. How are they finding the boy for Livy? Folk in like Belgium and that. Like, how are they finding you?
Again, it's just like algorithm, I guess. It's just the sort of music they're into, and it goes into different playlists, and then they're like, oh, this artist is actually alright. Like,
That sounds good. So
know
have you
what I
been
mean?
to Belgium to do a
no,
gig yet?
I've not been yet. But
Belgium-
I might have to
Belgium's
get something
class.
sorted.
I
over
think
there.
you might have to
I
actually
might
get
have to,
something.
I
We
might
come
have
out
to.
and see that gig.
Oh, Belgium's class. I would go there in a
Aye.
heartbeat
Aye.
again, man.
We pop
So
out and see
good.
you in Belgium.
Sorted,
man.
sorted, that's it.
We
That's-
defo pop
It's like
out and see you.
the beer capital of the world, man. Eh?
Heard that, aye.
Oh,
Good
it's
kebabs.
unreal.
I will go to beer fest in Munich.
Kebabs as well
Good
is
kebabs, man.
dynamite.
Munich for beer fest. I really want to go to like that. Try that out.
Do you get a lot of fans in Germany?
Aye, I do as well. That's got another one that's quite weird is Germany. They're like loads of different places I've never even heard of. Obviously, you got like Cologne and that. I've heard of Cologne, but I think it was like 4,000 plays in Cologne last year, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why are you listening to my music over that side? But it just must be like that sort of vibe over there. Because
Germany's got a kind of heavy.
like
Germany's class as well.
It's not. The thing I'm doing with music, the thing I'm doing with music over this side is like I'm trying to put it on, so nobody's really stepping up to the plate, especially from Livy. Nobody's claimed Livy, so you've got Lewis Capaldi for like Whitburn, you've got the DJs for Bathgate, but nobody's claiming Livy yet. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll step up to the plate and I'll claim Livy.
You'll claim
you know
Livy?
what I mean? That is what it is. But nobody's really playing that type of music yet. Nobody's listening. There's the following for it, but it's quite a small following. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to build it up. I'm trying to like pave the way for other artists to step up to the plate and be like, well, if he can do it, then somebody else can fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Aye. How? Because you're so versatile, what was your influence? This is a weird one.
So, my first ever song I done was a cover of The Way I See Things by Lil Peep.
Right.
The tattoo on my hand, the star, and the broken love heart was on his face. So I got the tattoo just to like sort of humble myself and be like, right, okay, this is my humble beginnings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I take sort of like influence from Lil Peep, XXXTentacion, MGK, and then punk bands as well. There's a band in Livy, which I always wear their shit. You know what I mean? They always wear their fucking tops going on stage, and like I love them to bits. It's my pal's dad's band, and they're fucking unbelievable. They're always doing gigs in like Bannerman's and like different places around this. It's all punk scene. You know what I mean? So I thought I'd take like influence for them, and he's like the main singer is like a dad figure to me. You know what I mean? So
That's good. So
what are they
use
called?
Music. Oh, mate, my mind went blank, mate. I put me on the spot. Oh, Reality Asylum.
Right, I've heard of them. I'm quite like my punk music and that as well.
Aye.
There's quite a few good punk bands.
But I take a
around
lot of
there.
influence for them as well. Like I sort of use the main singer as like a dad figure, and like
So is he being like your mentor in the industry?
basically I'll go to him and I'll show him different things I've done, and he'll be like, that's sick, or he'll be like, that's shit. You know what I mean?
So he's honest with you?
Aye.
He's straight
I
up?
prefer that. It's the same with my DJ and my mates. They're always like, that's shit, you can't put that out.
It's no you.
Aye, they're the real ones, though, eh? Because
Aye, I'd
you don't
rather
want
that.
folks sucking up your arse. You'd rather just them telling you for what it is, eh? Like, if it's
Aye,
shit,
like
it's
if
shit.
the song's not working and if it's not right, then tell me it's not right, and then I can be like, right, okay, I can go back and do this instead, and I can fix it up and I can re-record it. You know what I mean? It's just one of them. Like if it's shit, it is what it is. I can't put that out to people. I'd rather be good.
That's what you want. I think there's been loads of bands I've listened to over the years, and then they'll just release like a shit album out of
For
nowhere.
the sake of it, because it's
and
there.
and you think you're just surrounded by yes men. You didn't want to hear the real thing because you got all your fans thinking, "Oh, that's shit as well. That's not the real you." And it's just because they're surrounded by yes men. They're just getting told all the time, "That's amazing. That's brilliant." But in reality, the real fans.
Is it
like
yes
it.
men? Is it sometimes maybe labels on their back saying you need to get his music now as well, and they're just him?
I suppose there's a bit of that
Yeah,
as well.
Depends. I'm at that stage where I'm an independent artist. So I don't have labels being like, you need to release this now. So I'm just sort of like going with the flow in my own shit.
Do you like the independent feeling?
I do, but at the same time, it's stressful as fuck. See, try to get gigs sorted as well. There's a place called the Dreadnought in Bathgate, and I approached them to do a gig there, and they were like, nah, because you're not a cover band, you won't bring in the crowd. But then the SWG3, there was fucking hundreds of people there. It was like me and a group of people performing. There was hundreds of people there.
So who were you performing with?
So there's a guy called Lil Loaf, NJ, Superman on the Beat, you know what I mean? People like that. Kenny McGee. It's just underground artists that we all like sort of come together to perform.
Do you know see where underground scene? Do you know feel where the likes of YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, the underground scene's grown just as good as signed art, so?
Aye. I agree on that, to be fair. Like, we do get a wee bit more attention than we used to, but it's still not as much as it
It's not as much because you've not got the mainstream backing.
Aye.
That's it. They've got the money to drive you.
Yeah.
The thing about music is that you're expressing yourself and your emotions, so it's personal. Whereas if you go on stage and you do a cover of fucking like Mr. Brightside, you know what I mean? Everybody's gonna be dancing to it, but it's not your stuff. Fair enough, it's gonna sell to people, but it's not your music. You know what I mean? I'd rather people again feel me for me and feel my emotion from my voice than me going up stage and doing a fucking cover and just being good at it. You know what I mean?
Nah, and if you keep doing what you're doing, the way you're doing it, you will make it. Because so many independent artists, like we connected through music through Tom McDonald, an independent rapper. He's getting #1s in America now. Like, and that's how we got into music together. Was talking about him, and like that we love the fact that he is independent and he's just doing what he wants to do and
says what he wants. Says what he wants.
Didn't give a fuck. And you get that vibe, but no, I'm going to do my music the way I'm going to do it. And independent or not, there's so many tools and avenues out there for independent artists to build.
It's just hard with venues because a lot of venues just want like bands or the covers and that because they'll sell tickets, whereas they won't
do
give
you
the.
Do the promotion yourself?
Aye, so I do everything myself. I like contact venues. I promote all my music myself. Well, I mean, me and Sanjeev did it together, but with the promotional side. But other than that, like writing, doing like all like recording and all that shit.
Or the advertisement, or the
advertisement, all that is all done by me.
The SWG3 is a good venue for you, but mate,
it's fucking amazing. It's amazing. Again, shout out to Sanjeev for that because he was the one that set all that up. He does Hip Hop Scotland.
Yeah.
And me and him are a big part of that. So we do a lot of gigs together. Which we don't really get paid for it, which is fine. That doesn't bother me. I'm not in it to get paid. You know what I mean? I'm in it for people to hear my music and hear my side of my story. You know what I mean? I'd rather that than get like fucking £100 every show.
Right.
It's just one of them.
So you've always kind of done it when you're in.
You get artists out there that are like, I want paid, like I want money now, and I'm like, it doesn't really bother me.
No, you just want.
I just want people to feel my music and my emotion.
You see, like you said, when that does happen, when you've done it on your own, you've booked a gig, you've done everything, promotion, a lot. You walk on stage and people start singing your tune. That's even more powerful because you've fucking earned that.
Oh, there was
you bust your ass to get that.
The craziest venue I've done was a pub in Coatbridge. Now, this place was it's crazy. A golf boy doing fucking Coatbridge. So we went in there and it was like loads of people doing like country music and like folk songs and that.
Aye.
And nobody had ever been on stage doing rap, singing and screaming at all in that place. Ever.
I know what's coming.
And then I go on stage and I do my shit and everybody was fucking loving it. It was like a breath of fresh air in their faces. They're like, what the fuck is going on here? Everybody was up jumping and that. And I was on stage and I could not fucking believe it. I looked at my DJ and he was like, what the fuck is going on? we were like, what's happening here? It was mental. We done Can You Feel My Heart by Bring Me the Horizon at that venue, and everybody loved it, and nobody's done that song there before. Nobody's done anything like that there before. So they were like, "What the fuck is going on?" They were like, "What? This is good." You know what I mean?
People turn up there.
It was very, very strange. Very strange. After that, we got pretty fucked up after the venue because we were like, "Fuck it." It was a good gig, so we were like, "Fuck it, we might as well just get fucked up." That is what it is.
So do you do a lot of the pub scene? You start moving into clubs and bigger venues?
So I didn't really do pubs. I perform at a place called the Purple Orange, which is run by two fucking amazing people. They were the first people to give me an actual chance. Mick and Scott, shout out to them. Shout out to the Purple Orange as well. They gave me the first shot to go on stage. Before we started and the doors opened to the place, they put me on stage and they were like, right, do a song, get the feel for it, see how you go. And I was nervous as fuck, and the first song was shit, and they were like, try it again, and nobody's in the room, try it again. So I closed my eyes and I done it, and they were like, you're fucking amazing, like, you're going to do something here. Get on that stage and sing your fucking heart out, do what you have to do. So they were the first people to give me like a sort of chance.
It's not just a chance, that sounds like they bigged you up.
Ah, yeah.
I
It's not a chance, mate.
love them to bits.
They obviously believe in what you're
I
doing.
always perform there because they're like it's like my home, you know what I mean? It feels like home to me,
Aye.
that venue.
You go back there, it's a
But I normally
homecoming.
do venues like that. So it's like it's a music store at the front, and then you go to the back, it's like a fucking TARDIS. It just opens up into this massive venue. It's weird, but it's really homely, you know what I mean? So I do venues like that, SWG3, like different places like that. I don't really do pubs because I'm a golf, you know what I mean? If you
So
go
you
on
don't
stage,
get booked for pubs.
if you go on the stage, if you go on the stage or you go up front and start singing in a pub, mate, they're going to be like, "What the fuck is this cunt doing?" You know what I mean?
Especially if you're screaming anyway.
Exactly. But I pick my venues when I do my screamo shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
at least
very
you can lead the
selective.
room.
You need the right crowd for it. Because if you go on the stage and you start screaming, they're going to be like, "Oh, time to go." It's no something that everybody's fancied to. You know what I mean? It's a certain type of crowd that you have to be.
If you've got to be selective with.
Aye.
So do you not have like a sort of set list ready to go, or do you read the
so
crowd before you go out?
So me and my DJ always do. So we'll read the venue, we'll look into people that have performed there before, and then we'll go to a studio and we'll practice, and we'll be like, right, okay, this song's suited for this venue, so we'll do this song, and then go down the list.
Right. Okay. Right.
Do you ever change it up like he was hinting at there? Like, do you ever
Aye.
look out and go, fuck, I better just do rap tonight, and I
No,
better just be screaming?
no, really. We sort of just go with the flow. Like if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
But we just sort of go with the flow. Like, it is what it is, isn't it? This is one of them.
Exactly. You just got to express yourself, eh?
Exactly.
all
Seems
about.
to be working so far, though.
Exactly. It does seem to be working.
Have you only ever performed in Scotland?
Aye.
It's kind of strange since most of your audience
Yeah,
is abroad.
it's still, again, it's still strange to me that I'm getting played overseas and stuff. But I've only ever performed up here. So
Is that your next target?
aye, hopefully next.
Where are
target's
you
like-
planning next?
I've nothing planned yet, but we're looking. Hopefully, me and Sanjeev were talking. We'll hopefully try to get like a tour of Scotland and maybe a tour of England as well sorted this year. But we don't know yet. It's just in the talks still. But
Is there anyone down south that's sort of doing what you're doing?
there's
like,
loads
musically?
of people down south that are doing. So the scene's bigger down south than it is up here.
Yeah.
Up here it's not as big, but down south it's quite big
For your style?
for the style that I'm doing. Yeah.
You're the only kind of person in Scotland that's...
I mean, there is other artists. Don't get me wrong. There's like Alexander Romance, and Lil Loaf. You know what I mean? There's other people doing it, but again, there's nobody doing it from like the central belt like I'm doing it. You know,
Yeah,
there's
you're claiming the central belt.
no try to big myself up for that. But like apart from Lil Loaf, he's fucking unbelievable. That man, like, there's only one person that can do the shit I'm doing, like rap, sing, and scream, and it's Lil Loaf. He's unbelievable.
Where's he from?
Glasgow.
Is he from Glasgow?
I was in the studio with him. I made 2 songs. One was like a screamo, and then the other one was like rap. So we done the screamo one first. He took a couple takes to do the screamo one. I went in first time and just done the screamo bit, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
He's like, "How the fuck can you do that in one take?" And then we had like 5 minutes left of the studio time, and I was like, "Is there anything else you want me on?" And he was like, "Oh, this, but there's no time to write to it or nothing, so we'll just get it the next time." So he played the beat. I was like, "Play the fucking beat." Played the beat, and I was like, "Fuck it, get me in that booth right now." So I just freestyled the fuck out of this fucking like the next song, and like I don't freestyle at all. I can't do it. But then I went in and done it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was gassed. I like took the headphones off and ran out the fucking booth. I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" It's mental. It's mental.
Is that track out there?
It's not out yet. It's unreleased. There's 2 songs with me and him unreleased.
Are they getting released?
They will be released. But there's no date for them to release yet. But they're fucking unbelievable. The screaming ones, amazing. Gives you goosebumps. And then the rap ones, like, aye. See, when you know it's a freestyle, my bit's a freestyle, and then his bit as well is just his flow is unbelievable. The way he just like mixes words together and just goes with it is like, is one of a kind. You know what I mean?
It's good, but you fun somebody that's on doing the same kind of thing as you, so you don't feel a wee bit low.
I mean,
lost.
there's
But
loads
you've
of
got people you can actually collab
there's
with.
loads of people out there that are like in this music scene that are fake. Like loads, no throwing shots at nobody, but there's loads of people out there that are fake, and they're just in it for like the money, and they're not really giving a fuck. So it's nice to see somebody that's actually giving a fuck about what they do and like take passion into their work.
Thing is as well, I think even just as like a fan of music, if you're going into that, I think that people listening to it will get that as well from these people. Like usually I can tell straight away. You hear someone and you go on Instagram, it's like, they're just looking for the clout, they're looking for the fame, the money, the women.
Aye.
They're no real, you know what I mean?
Aye.
They're no real.
Again, no throwing shots at nobody, but there is one person that's like that in this music scene that I'm in, and it's you see the way, it's not even like the way he dresses, it's just like his whole like persona. It's like he's above everybody, and it's
Name
it's
and
not-
shame.
We're all
No, he didn't want to get you
Name and shame,
involved.
man.
fucked up here, man.
Start a
it's-
fucking war.
Fuck it, aye, but
Or that
aye.
East Coast, West Coast war.
Feeling that if you were to make it big, you'd be like, nah, there's a group of us that will go as well. So
But there was
you might be the biggest one, but I'd imagine you'd be like, look, I've got a UK tour, then you guys want to come with me.
You actually
know what I mean?
always jump
Well,
on stage.
there was a gig. There was these boys that came over called Coulter. Well, they were from fucking Netherlands, and I was meant to be supporting them. And then they see me and they were like, "I don't like your style. I don't like your music. I don't like anything. The way you dress and that is weird. It's whack. So we're gonna get him on instead." Now this might give away who it is, but they were like, "We don't like you, so we'll get him instead." And he came on stage and he fucking like it flopped completely. The whole gig flopped.
Good.
And I turned around and I was like, see if that was me, the whole venue would be jumping. You know what I mean?
Aye.
No to try to big myself up again, but like the venue would be bouncing, and he was just came on stage just doing the shit. It's like auto-tuned as fuck. So I pride myself on my music being as real as possible. So I don't use any auto-tune whatsoever. My voice is just raw vocals. So I want people to hear like every stutter, every fucking breath I take, everything like that.
That's real.
See, I like that.
I'd rather that than
real.
somebody listening to me being like auto-tuned to fuck and it's nasty. It's just not nice to hear.
That's one thing I did like about when I was listening to you was the lack of auto-tune. Because it was quite refreshing to hear, because that's the problem
Every
that I have
artist
with
nowadays
hip-hop
is
these
using
days
auto-tune.
is
Hella.
like, there's a reason why people say, oh, real hip-hop was in the 90s is because it was. Like, there was no
I
messing
agree.
about, there was
I
no
agree.
auto-tune, there was nothing, it was real, it was for the streets. And now all of a sudden you've got folk coming out with singles and they're already millionaires before the singles come out. It's like, you're just so manufactured, you just come out of a bloody factory, like you're just a robot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I cannot get with that style whatsoever. I'm more about the real stuff myself. Wu-Tang, Tribe Called Quest, getting all that shit from back in the day, you know?
Of course.
You know?
I'm a West Coast kind. That was like dog pound and shit like that.
Oh, Dog Pound as well. Like, come on, Dog Pound's the shit. But it can't beat the old stuff, man. Can't beat the old stuff. But yeah, like that was one thing I did like when I was listening to you. It was refreshing as no auto tune. There's a guy just spitting. You know what I mean? He's just spitting.
I just
doing what he
literally
does.
how it is, just straight up. I pride myself on that because everybody else is using auto-tune in their shit, and it's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather people feel me for me than.
You ever seen the video? I can't remember what the guy's name is. He's like a rapper from America, and he was like using autotune, and something kicked off on stage, and he's shouting at the crowd, like telling them to calm down,
I've
but he's
seen
still
that.
got the autotune on.
And I've seen that, and it sounds stupid as fuck, man.
Like,
I've
you might
seen
want to
that.
calm down. It's
what-
terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. But he's trying to be like intimidating and hard as fuck.
They'd
but-
be like, oh, don't fucking do that. But it's like, oh, nah, it doesn't make sense to me. It's stupid as fuck. It's
Sounds like a
stupid.
robot. No, it was good that.
That's good, but because you're dead real wet. I didn't know there was some people out there because we kind of came across this independent scene, and it's like they support it. Bands and rappers and all that seem to have for one another. It's fucking dynamite, and we love it. Do you know what I mean? So, fucking, it's good that like you're in here talking about people you've collabed with and people that's like helped you and inspired you all the way along. It's good that that's out there for people. It's no everybody for themselves kind of thing. People are wanting to. they want the scene to make it more than just the individual to make it.
That's the thing with the scene. Obviously, again, is small, but it's quite homely. Everybody makes you feel welcome. Everybody's sort of there for you, and then they're not disrespectful. You know what I mean? Loads of venues you get people just talking shit over their fucking when you're on stage, just talking to the friends and that, and it's nasty. Like when you're on stage, you're like, well, why am I doing this then? You know what I mean? But the scene now is actually quite homely. It's quite welcoming. You know what I mean? It gives other people chances to come on stage and be like, well, fuck this, I'm doing me. You know what I mean? And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then fuck yous.
No, I love it.
Aye, that's the attitude.
It's the attitude you've got to have. There's strength in numbers, man. There's always strength in numbers. There's always strength in numbers. And like Danny was saying, if one of you make it, you get the feeling it. You try and help everybody else make it as well.
Aye, like if I make it, I'm putting my boys up straight away. Like Loaf, NJ, Kenny McGee, Superman on the beat. We're all coming up together. You know what I mean? It's not just a one man boat. It's everybody that's coming up.
I love that, mate. I fucking love that. Because it is what you say. Like these people have helped you get to where you are. It's not like you get there and go by the way, thank you, see you later.
You get there and then they're like, oh, who are you? You know what I mean? I'd rather people be with me and the people I started with come up with me. You know what I mean? Because it's all for one for all. You know what I mean?
Jink you down Eminem and just form them into a group like
Literally.
Has there never been like a sort of big collaboration, like an album with all yous or some sort of project where all you guys doing the same thing?
There's not actually. The only person I've actually made music with from this type of scene in Scotland is Loaf. And we should have made a song a lot earlier than we have because we're very alike. I mean, we can both sing, rap and scream. So we're very, very versatile and we should have made a song a lot earlier than we have, but we've done it now, so we're going to make more.
We're going to keep going. Would you do that, a big collab with the rap, kind of rap one?
Aye, well, I mean, not to give away anything, but we've got a song coming out soon, hopefully, with a big artist called Horsehead from America.
Right.
Me and Sanjeev. So it's going to be fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Class. I like that.
He's getting like 1 million streams per song.
Aye.
So it's a big artist to make a song.
Is he
with.
still independent as well?
Aye, he's still independent as well. He was best pals with Lil Peep.
Right.
Obviously, I've got the tattoo on my hand for him. So it's quite cool making a song with somebody I listened to as a teenager.
How did you get hooked up with him?
Just messaged them. I shoot my shot. I was one night I was lying in bed, and I was like messaging Sanjeev, and I was like, fuck it, I'll shoot my shot at these artists to try and get it, because I'm making an album called Menace to Society this year.
It's a great film.
It's
a great film.
It's sort of just like a fuck you to the system, to the police, to the government, because it's just all corrupt. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck this, I'm going to make an album just saying fuck yous. And we're getting him on that, so it's going to be fucking massive when it comes out. I can't wait for that.
That will be class. It's good that he fucking responded right away.
No, mate, it was crazy. Because I was laying in bed. I was like fangirling as fuck, I swear. I was laying in bed, mate, and I got a message. I was like, oh my God, he's got a fucking response from Horsehead. What's going on? And then he'll respond, and then we'll get talking. Like, I talk to him daily now.
You talk to him on a daily?
Like, me and him are cool. Like, me and him talk on the daily. That's still like surreal again to me.
Jake, he would help you out there?
100%. Because we've said to him, if he wants to come over to, like, me and Sanjeev spoke to him, if he wants to come over to Scotland, we can get gigs sorted for him. He's like, no bother at all.
Fantastic, man. That's what it's all about, eh? That's amazing.
It's again, fucking crazy to me, but...
Fucking get a gig hooked up earlier, bro, man. We'll be on a flight.
I'd go back to America any chance I get, man. It's crazy over there.
I've still not been. I still need to go over.
It was Vegas. I went to 2 weeks in Vegas, man.
No, you
Carnage.
Just chill out, didn't you?
I seen Rammstein, Korn, Stone Sour. Aye, man, it was just... That was a good night. It was a good 2 weeks, but that night was something else, man. Stories I'll take to my grave, let's just say that.
I can imagine, mate. No saying them in camera. We're saying that you're in a weird position? Because obviously there's a rock scene and there's a rap scene, and the
I sort
partying,
of come, like, in between.
I imagine would be a bit different. So
I sort of come in between.
you're a go between, aren't you?
I've got my like Instagram sort of like the last rule of life rock star, because I live by that. Because everybody's just doing it wrong nowadays. They're all like, everybody's saying like the fucking pop stars are the rock stars when they're not.
No,
I mean, how can you say a pop star like fucking Taylor Swift's a rock star?
Yeah,
I mean, the real rock stars like Post Malone, Ozzy Osbourne, all these type of people.
I love Posty, man.
Posty's unbelievable. He's releasing a country music.
See me at Country Music
album,
Awards,
sorry.
man. How good was he?
I can't wait for that to drop. Like,
Aye.
like
I'm a country fan as well. That's a guilty pleasure for me.
I'm the same. I'm the same. I like country music, like Darius Rucker.
Nobody kind of ropes it into kind of rap too much, or there's a wee bit. There is a few artists.
And Morgan Wallen's one of like the main ones now that sort of
He's
mixes
massive,
rap and he's
Tino
unbelievable.
get massive cause he's controversy though.
A wee bit. It depends on what way you look at him. But he's still, his voice is
I
unbelievable.
love that tune last night.
Ken, what's fucking mental? I'm doing a cover of that song.
No way.
I swear I didn't. I swear, like, hold on, I know I'm not meant to do this, but I'll show you. I'll show you. We've sort of went like a trap. We sort of went like a trap, sort of like mix to it, which is crazy. If I can find the fucking beat, just give me 2 seconds here. It's somewhere on my phone. There we go. So it's like,
Hold up to the mic.
me and Sanjeev done this. We still record on it, but this is the beat.
So as long as we didn't get copyright.
Aye. True.
Bye. So it goes like that. Bye. Me and him are doing a cover of that song.
It's
That's
a tune,
fucking
man.
crazy you mentioned that, actually.
It's a tune. I'm not even the biggest fan of dance music, but I love listening to dance remix of that as well, because they speed it up a wee bit, and see when you speed it up, I think the tune's better.
But nobody's done a cover of that song yet, and I really, really like that song. My mum loves that song, so I was like, fuck it, I'll do a cover of that song.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
No, it's great artist, man. Great artist. And
He's unbelievable.
He's got a kind of different feel to him for a country singer.
His voice is impeccable.
Aye.
It's the notes he hits, it's the raspiness in his voice. It gives me like
Aye.
Paulo Nutini like vibes, you know what I mean? With the
The
raspiness.
country version of it.
Aye.
Aye. He's got that
100%.
kind of rawness
100%.
to him. 100%. It's weird, mate, meeting a goth. It's a Morgan Wallen.
No, to be fair, I'm sort of mixed with my music. I can go from listening to like fucking like Slipknot to like Beethoven.
Aye,
It just depends on what type of mood I'm in.
It tells you're a fan. You're a fan of the game. You're into every bit of aspect of it.
I study it basically. So I'll go for every genre that I can. Like I'll listen to everything. And I've studied music and what type of flows and like different verses and like wording and that.
Do you get inspiration for a lot of different like genres and shit? Do you
Yeah.
get a lot of inspiration for country?
I mean, technically, aye.
Because a lot of people do and don't really admit it. You hear a lot of country and a lot of artists. Kings of Leon were a country band.
Who? Kings of Leon?
Aye, they started as a country band in
Did
fucking
they?
Nashville. Yes.
Fucking hell.
They made a rocky tune that took off. Like, we better stick to rock then.
But they were only in it for the money. That breaks my heart though, because they were a really good fucking band, really good band.
I still love their tunes.
I still listen to them to this day.
Kings
but,
of Leon. Is that who you said? Sex on Fire.
Aye,
That's
they-
something like
Yeah.
that. You go right back, they were a country band out of Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Fucking love Nashville.
Well,
Boy in
we were in
TikTok.
Nashville.
Is it Calum Kerr? Is a country singer for Glasgow or something? He's in Nashville now. Massive following there. Massive following in
See,
TikTok.
that's the thing with this, again with this type of music. See, if I was over there, I'd be massive, and I know for a fact I would be, because I get a lot of streams over there, but over here it's not as big. So I'm trying to sort of like get it as big as I possibly
Do you
can.
ever think about just taking the bullet, man?
I'm determined now. I'm in it this much. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do
But
it.
if you get to the point where you can,
Aye, obviously, but it's again, I'd rather be here, and then other artists from my hometown, like Livy, would be like,
aye.
well, if he can do it, I can do it.
So is that a part of your? Is that what you want to do? Is it inspire other people?
Aye, basically, aye. Like I want other people just to step up to the plate. Because again, if a little fucking golfy Livy can do it, then anybody can do it. You know what I mean?
It's mad how you refer to yourself as a golf, because you're not really like.
Everybody says that. Everybody's like, oh, he's not really golf. Like one of my pals, Aruba,
I think I like Taylor Filth and you think
I met her on a night out.
In my
Man.
spandex and
I met her on a night
white
out, and
makeup
then I was wearing like just like blue jeans and that, and she was like, "You're not fucking golf," and I was like, "Aye." I was
Is
like,
it made an attitude to you?
just because I don't wear a fucking trench coat and fucking wear makeup doesn't mean I'm not a golf. You know what I mean? I paint my nails. Obviously, I don't have them painted this time, but like I normally paint my nails black and that, and I wear the boots and that, but I don't wear like trench coats and shit.
You got New Rocks.
Uh,
That's like the staple at a golf. When I was younger, anyway, I used to have I didn't wear New Rocks, but be like Vans and DCs, Criminal Damage,
Vans and that. I've got the Docs in that as well.
Cradle of Filth t-shirt, fucking long hair, black nails.
Well, I grew up like I'm a lot older than you guys. I'm 36, nearly 37. So when I grew up in like early noughties, Slipknot, Cradle of Filth, and all them were at the peak. I've seen Slipknot and like.
Nah, you've seen them in the disaster pieces, eh?
You used to have a shop called Spitfire, and that was like the go-to shop for goth. So we called them Marshalls back in the day.
Sweaties.
Marshalls, mate. It was Marshalls, man. I was one. I was right in there in the cat house for the unders, but it kind of changed into goth and then emo, and then went a different route. You've got this grungy kind of cross between goth vibe going on.
It's sort of mixed.
It's a mix. I like the drip, by the way, and the fact you've. His jacket, by the way, you've done yourself. Like the wee messages and shit like that you've got on it. What's on the side again?
So I've got my first album I released called Goth Queen Scriptures. That's on the left side. I've got the 23 on the sleeve and then my name on the back.
And your name on the back. I love that. You've made it your name.
I just got this jacket for a website, or a random website, and I was like, fuck it, let's kill as fuck. So pop on with it.
Do you get noticed like about your area?
I and no. Like, people my age notice me because obviously they grew up with me in high school and that, and they like know what I'm doing. But it varies. Like the younger generations don't really notice me. But I've had some. It's weird, mate, because I've had some people come up to me and take photos with me, and I'm like, I'm not at that stage yet. Like, you don't be taking photos with me, bro. I'm just trying to go about my day. You know what I mean?
I get that, man, but clearly you're at that stage if you're doing it.
It's still all surreal to me. It's just one of them ones. It's like. It's just happening. I sort of go with the flow now.
How do you feel when they come up and ask for a picture?
It's like butterflies. You know what I mean? It's like butterflies in your stomach, mate, because you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, am I actually like something here, or am I like just a normal person just making music?
Aye.
It's weird. It's still weird.
That's good how you still get that feeling, but now it's happening, you're like, I still could
I'll always be like that. Again, like, even if it's like one stream, even like 20 streams, I'm over the moon with 20 streams, because it's still people that have taken their time out of the day to listen to me and listen to my voice and listen to what I've got to say. You know what I mean? So to getting like 80,000 streams on one song is fucking unbelievable to me. Like, I didn't think I'd be at that stage from recording on a shitty old laptop with a snowball mic.
How long ago was that? Like what's the time period?
So I've been making music for 6 years now. My first song hit. The first song I released, obviously the cover, a Lil Peep song, that hit 2,000 streams within a week. So I was sort of like, whoa, like what's happening here?
That's massive, yeah.
And then I sort of started releasing my own stuff. And then My Dear, which is one of my older songs, one of my first proper songs I recorded in the studio, that hit 21,000 within probably about a year and a half of me making music. So it's still weird to me that all this shit is happening to me, but it's just sort of go with it.
It's nice, though, mate. That's a nice feeling.
It is really nice. I still go down the stairs. See when we hit top 100, I ran down the stairs to my mum. I was like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" She was like, because my mum supports me a lot. Like, she really does support my music, and she's all about it, and she helps me quite a lot. And I love her to bits. Obviously, she's my mum, but like, even she's still like, "What the fuck is happening here? Like, how are you getting this? Like, how are you getting these many streams? How are you getting this, like, many plays in these different countries and that?" Like, I'm on my fucking, like, Spotify artist thing showing all the countries and different cities and that I'm getting played, and she's like, "I've never heard of that either." It's weird, but
if you get plans to go and visit these places at least.
Aye, 100%. I mean, the aim is to be performing on like Rolling Loud, like Wireless and stuff like that, different like festivals. And
yeah, I'd turn up, man, in the street, got our cameras and 182 and see if people recognise you, just start hitting the beat, man. Just fucking
again, that's a lot of artists. Like, I went and seen Bexy, which is like a sort of like emo rap type of guy.
Yeah.
and he showed up in a van, and he like came out and like welcomed everybody. This was at the garage. He welcomed everybody. He was like, "Thank you very much for coming to the gig and that. I hope he's having an amazing night." And then went in and performed a fucking unbelievable set. Came out, took photos with everybody, and then got into the van and left. So I'm going to be the exact same. Like I'll still be taking public transport. You know what I mean? I came here on
Stay
a train.
humble, man.
You know what I mean? So I'll be
Definitely stay
doing that.
humble.
I'd rather that than fucking show up in a big tour bus and be like, "Fuck yous all. I'm not coming out here taking photos with yous." You know what I mean? The people.
Surprisingly, there's quite a lot of artists
Exactly,
that
but
are doing that.
that's the people that have taken their time out of their day to take, like, get their tickets, come and see you live, travel the
reason why you're making money.
Exactly. So you got to respect them.
Aye.
Well, it's still like that with like more established bands and artists. They're kind of like that, but I like the thing about the underground scene is like you're saying there, they understand like, oh, they've actually spent their hard-earned money buying a ticket, transport, getting here. They're going to get a couple of drinks at the show. It's not a cheap night out to go and see a band these days.
Yeah, me and my ex went to see I Prevail. Was it the O2 Academy? See, the drinks are fucking expensive. It was like 14, 15 quid for a double vodka Red Bull.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
I just went to go and see.
And then the tickets as well. I'll never charge. See, you get bands that are charging like 50 cent, for instance, right? He was charging 150 quid for a ticket to go see him in his last tour.
Yeah.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
That's fucking outrageous. Like, I'll not be charging any more than 20 quid max.
Well, that was
for my
what
tickets.
was it? Ice Cube just performed recently at the Hydro, and I was like, "Oh, I'm well up for that." And it was like 90 odd quid a ticket. I was like, "I'm not paying that."
Mad.
Like, I'm not
So
paying
odd
that.
though.
But yeah, it's 20 quid realistic though when you take in venue staff and all that.
100%. Even if I have to pay more for the venue than the actual tickets I'm making, I'll do that, because again, it's still people that are coming out to see my
They're
stuff.
still coming out to see your stuff. No,
It's all about the people that are coming to see you. You know what I mean? That means more to me than money.
that actual money.
Aye.
That attitude is why you're getting the success you're getting so far. It definitely is, mate. It definitely is, and you show it, don't you, man?
Absolutely, humble as fuck, man.
Humble as
Appreciate
fuck,
that, for
man.
real. Appreciate
Humble
that.
as fuck.
Humble, definitely humble as fuck, man. So what's kind of next for you?
Just releasing music and going for it this year. You know what I mean? We had 2 songs in the top 100 in the Herald last year, so just go try and fucking up it again.
So do you actually put out goals like this is where I want to be?
No, really. But I just sort of release music and just go with it. You know what I mean? I think now I'm gonna have to sort of like go through like a sort of like
A bucket list.
and that. Aye, but I just see before that I was just going for it, just day gigs here and there. I mean, I done 17 gigs last year. I mean, it was tiring, but it was still worth it. All these people that are coming out to see me live, and it was quite nice.
Aye, good feeling.
Aye, amazing feeling.
It must be, mate, knowing that you've made an impact in people's lives, that they've actually come out of their way to
I
come
mean,
and
there's a
see
song.
you.
There's a song that's unreleased between there's me and a guy from Australia called Lil Tombstone, and it's unreleased, and I perform it at every gig I do because people love it. And the SWG3, everybody was singing the fucking lyrics to it.
Oh,
Everybody, and
fire.
that song's unreleased. So
That's
like,
fire.
it still is like goosebumps when you're on stage and people are singing it back to you. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like my lyrics, people are singing it back to me. I'm like, whoa, like it's still crazy.
How does that work? See, like, if he's in Australia, was he here? Did you stay it online?
We just talk over like Instagram and Snapchat.
And then he's did a tune.
So he'll send How Could I Fall in Love? He sent me the song, and he was like, I want you on this song, and I was like, you know what, cool, send. So I was in the studio and I was like, fuck it, we'll just go with this. So I wrote something whilst I was in there, and I just went with it, and it works perfectly. I mean, I've now made a music video to the song because everybody sings the song live. So I was like, fuck it, I'll make a music video to it. But it's cool. It's still cool.
That's fire, man.
No.
Class. So if anyone was wanting to hear your music and find you online and that, where would they find you?
I'm on Spotify and SoundCloud. So my Spotify's Mind23t. It's the same with SoundCloud, Mind23t. And then I'm on Instagram as well if you want updates and that. It's Mind23t or the Underworld God. But I normally post a lot of shit on Instagram.
I take it you've got one of them all links thing
Nah,
and you go into it.
I did for like my most recent post songs. Like I put it on my Spotify and that, and I have a link for my Spotify and my SoundCloud, but I don't have like a link tree.
Right, that was it. Yeah, that's what I meant,
everybody else has got like this link tree shit. I don't do that. I'm just like, fuck it, we'll just go with that. One me link and that'll do.
I like that.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
before we wrap it up, have you enjoyed your time here?
I've loved this. It's
Always ask
fucking
everyone that,
unbelievable.
so-
You know what I mean, I watch the podcast quite a lot, so it's
I
an
know,
honor.
mate,
It's an
aye.
honor to be here. I mean, thank you very much
It's
for
great
having
having
me.
you in here, man. Honestly.
I appreciate it.
And
When
I
you
think
walked in, man.
the next time, bring your DJ along, Blackjack,
Of
as
course,
well.
of course.
Bring him in.
You're definitely coming back, bro.
Aye.
Definitely coming
You're
back.
welcome back anytime you want.
I mean, I have to come on now after that.
You have to, when you get these new songs that released as well, come on and we'll fucking
Of course.
definitely Morgan Wallen one. I'm
Got anything
dying
coming
here.
It'd be
Come
sick.
out and promote whatever you want.
Aye,
You're welcome
sounds
here
good to me.
anytime.
Definitely welcome here anytime, bro, man.
So I appreciate that for real. It's been an honour being on this. It's quite a homely
Honor having you,
environment
mate.
and that.
Honor having you, man. Honor having
Thank you very much.
You alright with that?
you. Good with that, bro, aye?
Class. Right. Thanks for watching this episode of Ear Candy, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.